Dalton's truck broke. So now he is driving around our replica version of his truck.
I think we need a dog running around.
I'm going to be the one that has to take care of it.
And I look down,
No way.
and sure enough, there's a snake staring at me.
What?
And I slammed down so hard, you would have thought I would have like gone through the floor.
This is why I don't come work out with you guys.
Suspicious.
Dude,
Pretty suspicious.
I don't want to be anywhere near that.
So what are your thoughts on Dalton's truck, Evan?
Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment with them online. My favorite part about Zocdoc is appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. Sometimes you can even score same-day appointments. So quit using TikTok or WebMD as your doctor and use Zocdoc. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/wideopen to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/wideopen, ZocDoc.com/wideopen. Shopify is packed with features that we use daily on our website. Without Shopify, our online store would not be possible. Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise at everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/wideopen. Go to shopify.com/wideopen. That is shopify.com/wideopen. Thanks, Shopify, for sponsoring this week's podcast.
Take one, leave one, Ryan.
Titties or beer? I'm taking beer. I think I spend more time with beer than the other. What are you?
Everyone just
Bro took beer over titties.
What? You still got butts? What?
It's a controversial statement.
Yeah, that is.
How?
All right, CJ, it's starting to make sense.
What is?
I don't think it's controversial. I just wasn't expecting you to say that.
What would you say?
The latter.
I drop beer in a heartbeat.
Same.
I guess I am more
Over
on tequila
titties?
now.
I would take,
definitely
bro,
drop
I'm not getting, there's very few things I'm getting rid of before titties.
Ryan didn't even have to think about it.
Oh, no.
Where do you draw the line?
My family. I think that's about it.
Oh, man.
I'm confused. What's the severity of my decision here? Like, I can never see them again?
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, now we're talking about your family? No, you're just talking Man, that's
Well, comment down below what you guys think.
Yeah, what are you
Titties
taking?
or beer? What are you taking? if you had to get rid of one, you only get one option for the rest of your life.
Now we're getting into it, eh?
Yeah.
I can't choose, for the record. I don't know.
I feel like you can still drink twisted tea and all
You
your
can
hard
still drink.
liquor.
You can still drink vodka.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of the beer. As long as I
Yeah.
can still drink other liquors. Yeah, keep the tits for sure. Fuck the beer.
Yeah, I kind of didn't think about all that. I thought about just alcohol in general, but whatever. I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it.
Ryan's going to look like he's enjoying the hell out of the Coors Light when we all pick titties.
That guy just sure loves his beer.
Oh, man. All right. I mean, what the heck else is new, boys? We got to change the subject.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike, we're both wearing fucking corrugated.
Corduroy.
Whatever. Dude, everyone fucking
I
made a
love
big
that.
deal when I showed up in these one day, and they're like, you wear corrugated? What are they? Corduroy?
Corduroy.
Corduroy pants. I'm like, okay, so what's that mean? They're like, those are so outdated. I'm
Who
like,
said
No,
that?
I don't think they are.
I heard it like multiple times when I broke these things out last year.
From
It's
who?
like a 90s thing,
I've
and
seen
now it's
like
back.
at least handful of
Just
people.
like literally everything comes back around eventually. Baggy jeans are back in. Like, I don't
Mullets.
know. Mullets. Dude, yeah. Everything's
Mullets
just-
never left.
Did they? I feel like
I'd
there was a
say the early
time where mullets were
2000s.
out.
I take that back. I think now, maybe they're more mainstream, but
Yeah.
like the real mullet guys, they never let them go.
Well,
You know,
the real
since-
Like Gavin
Yeah.
Grandpa.
They don't
that
even.
are, that are like this
yeah,
long.
mullets are pretty mainstream now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Does that make them less cool, would you say?
I think, yeah.
Less cool. I
That's
agree.
cool, but
I
more
think
acceptable.
Since you're like so core, Evan, you should get a rat tail. It's kind of like a variation. This guy with a rat tail.
Yes.
It's gonna be like sitting right here.
Dude, when we had to buzz our heads out in Moab or
He
Salt
asked
Lake,
you.
wherever we were,
He asked you. It was either you or Dalton,
he
but
didn't ask
he was
me.
joking
If he asked
around.
me,
He was
I
joking.
think I might have been.
No,
Because you
he
could have
was-
run it for like a week and then sniffed
If
it
you
off.
showed up with a rat tail, I wouldn't even have been mad about you not buzzing your
I
whole
mean,
head.
it would have been 99%
Yeah,
buzz. So I
buzz.
mean,
Yeah, it would have been. That's what I mean. I wouldn't have been mad
No,
about it.
Hated
one of the
rat
barbers
tail.
did ask that because both you and Dalton had long hair, but you have more like rat tail type hair. Like, you want me to
Little
leave
beads
this
on the
dread?
end?
But no, that'd be insane if you got a rat tail.
Remember when I was pulling my hair out and Dalton was losing his mind? So I have like big dreadlocks and I just started grabbing him and ripping these chunks out. He was like he was gonna puke.
Actually, I don't know if I do remember this.
So I was
Before you cut your hair?
yes, but I can't remember who I was with.
Dreadlocks?
No, he had like
The back
literal
matted
like
up a little.
matted hair like a dog.
Yeah, like a long-haired dog
like-
that dragged its ass through the lawn.
Like a long-haired dog that has a bad owner that doesn't comb it. Evan just treated his own hair that way. Just let it get all matted.
Matted.
I would run conditioner like maybe not every day, but like every other day. I didn't like to overdo it, but I never owned a comb or a brush until about 2 weeks before I cut my hair. I actually finally brought a brush, and now I don't need it.
Started brushing your hair.
Yep.
I think a lot of you, Evan, but I never once thought, man, this guy's got like greasy or dreadlocked hair.
Well, you're just always
Matted.
wearing a hat back then. You still are, but so you just never really noticed it.
I mean, just like the 6 inches that was below the
But
hat.
yeah, now that you say it, for how long of hair you've had and how long you've had long hair, I've never seen you brush it or comb it.
Dude, you guys brush your hair? Like, I've never brushed my hair ever.
Yours isn't long enough.
Yeah, no, my hair gets long.
My hair is
bro.
just straight.
Yeah,
as
but
a
it's not.
stick.
Well, it does get long. I'm just saying, like, I would understand why you don't. But when Evan has hair to his shoulders, it does make sense. But I just never thought about it, and I'm sure you didn't either.
Something about Evan shaving his head, it just made like everything he did that usually is like deemed as bad behavior somewhat okay, because it was just like, he's just a little kid. Like he's just like misbehaving again.
I've been getting like mixed reviews on it. Some people say that I look more clean cut and whatever. Other people say I look like more of a criminal.
Really?
You look
Yeah.
pretty
Really?
badass, I think. I think you look good. You should have
Criminal.
run the short hair.
And
yeah,
it's
like,
weird.
I don't know. I think that's like a jail thing. You get in there and they just.
I don't know
cut
how
your
to
hair off.
explain it, but I agree
Prison.
with both of those.
I would have loved to see you bald, Ev. You should have just gone like all
No.
out and just went bald.
They'd
You
grown
gotta be
back
like
by
a
now.
bald, naked mole rat.
I'd probably
then a
look
rat
an
tail.
Why would
awful.
he want to do that?
I'd probably look an awful lot like Gavin. Just a short, stocky guy with a fucking bald head. Like it probably wouldn't be that much different.
Also, we need to clarify some things.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought in the last podcast when we were talking about Gavin fighting Jake Sherbrooke, they thought we meant Gavin, three-wheeler Gavin. Well, we never clarified that it was our mechanic Gavin, which changes,
A lot.
Makes
in
it
my
way
opinion,
crazier.
everything.
It makes it way crazier.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that while we were on that topic.
I would love to see three-wheeler Gav and Jake go though. That would be a
that'd be a
way
great
more
fight.
even match.
Freaking heavyweights.
Gav,
I still think Jake would piece him up.
yeah,
three-wheeler Gav
Gav
is
would gas.
strong though. I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
He'd just take a beating, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He would
true.
take a beating.
Oh my
He
god.
can take a
Beating.
fall. He can take a punch.
You ain't gonna
Jake
knock
would
him
tire
out.
himself out beating up Gavin to the point where maybe he would just be done.
But I
He'd
don't
lose.
really see the anger and like the aggression in Gavin.
You've
know?
seen him
Three-wheeler
get
Gav.
angry a few times.
We got to
He's
start
way
calling
too
him
nice of a guy.
three-wheeler Gav.
You take a
Three-wheeler
dump in
Gavin.
his tailpipe,
Wrench
he's
Gav.
not happy.
He was fired up
What was he fired up about?
when Dalton pooped in his tail.
Oh yeah. He's a pretty easygoing guy, but over the course of the road trip, we found some ways to push his buttons.
Yeah, he also got pretty mad when what's that little stunt called where I got down behind him and Spenny pushed him and he tripped
Tabletop.
over?
Yeah.
Tabletop to my
The
tabletop.
classic.
He was pretty mad there too.
Everyone loves a good tabletop.
It's kind
That's
of
a
mean,
middle,
dude. You
middle
can hurt
school
someone
behavior.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming
Remember
from
at Talladega last year, or no, where was it? Cletus's thing when we were gonna meet the original Gravedigger and Gravedigger's son Ryan, I believe, was like, "Go prank my dad," and then you're like, "What am I supposed to do? Tabletop him?"
Imagine we tabletop
On
Gravedigger.
That'd be hilarious.
It would be legendary.
Tabletop.
dude, he'd be out for the count.
He breaks his elbow.
Tailbone, his tailbone.
I haven't really seen that
Gotcha.
many people lately doing it. Maybe we should really bring that back.
Bring it back.
I
Yeah,
think
tabletop
because
is
it's
still a
not,
thing.
it's not as meant for full-grown people.
Adults.
When kids do it, bro, you just like fall and it's funny.
You're
and
at
you just, like,
recess.
you're
It makes
chilling.
sense.
And then when you do it to an adult, it's like, yeah, they could be out, man.
Adults normally are standing on concrete too.
That too. A lot of asphalt. A lot
Yeah,
of
they don't
concrete.
get grass under
Unless
their
it's
feet.
us, yeah. I mean,
The beach is probably a better place to do it.
True.
Let's
That'd
do
be
it.
like a
I'm
softest
down.
landing.
Next time we're on a beach, I'll do it with you. Hell, you can do it
No,
to me.
we'll pick someone else. We'll team up on.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Dude, adults need to just like continue it's like continued education of like taking falls. You know, like kids are pretty good at it, and then once you get into your teens, you maybe stop taking falls as quite as much. And then like I'd say like 20 to 75, you know, you're pretty much stable. But then after 75, you start falling again, and then that's when it all goes south.
You're
when
out
you
of
do
practice.
fall, right? You like so it's got to be like continued ed of falling.
I missed a step and fell in my house, and I was holding like a metal, like a Yeti water bottle, and I slammed down so hard you would have thought I would have like gone through the floor.
Jeez.
Like I just went down like a bag of bricks, and I was like, damn, I really haven't taken a good fall in a while. I gotta get
You
back on the
dent
quad.
water bottle.
No, I didn't break the floor either, so that's good.
Something about like walking upstairs too when you miss a stair and you it's like you slam so hard. Like I do that all the time because my sauna's downstairs and I'm always walking up the stairs like kind of like lightheaded, and I'm like just trying to get up, miss a stair, and just like
That's the Joe Byron.
yeah. Usually it's going down though.
Down is worse.
Yeah, that is
because then you
worse.
tumble. But yeah, you do take a good. It's just like a slap.
Oh, you're right. The meme of him climbing up the stairs
Yeah, on
when
the-
Trump
onto the
hits the
falling.
golf ball.
That
Hits
one's
him in
even
the
better.
head.
Yeah. No,
Don't
that's
hear much
always
of that guy anymore.
frustrating. Like whenever I walk up and down stairs, I'm like I weirdly focus in on it because the last thing you want to do at any point in your life is fall down the stairs or up them.
So you're saying like when you get there, you
I
really
actually-
lock in?
You lock in.
Yeah, I consciously.
Yeah, dude. Mine's
It's
just
weird.
So dialed.
Maybe it's like an OCD thing, but I literally, if I'm gonna skip steps, I'm like in my head, all right, we're gonna skip. We're gonna go boom, boom, boom. If I'm gonna walk up them, I'm like, all right, we're gonna walk. It's gonna be chill.
I've fallen down a full flight of stairs twice, like solid from the top. Like I mean, like
Bro.
face first, no arms. One time I did it sleepwalking,
Did you do it at the old shop or who?
and I did it at the old shop, and
Yeah.
I cut my eye
yeah,
open,
you fell.
and I fucking face planted so hard because remember it was like kind of short up there.
So you were
So
already
you had
hunched.
to lean hunched over, and
Just forward.
and I tripped on something, and because I had these big boots on, and I just literally went down, and there was no railing either to grab, so it was just like, it just face first, broke it with my face. I even have a scar from it, but yeah,
Yeah,
I've done it twice.
Didn't you hit the hose reel or something like?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the
Hard.
hole was real. Yeah, we were drinking.
Yeah.
It was a late night.
That was not good.
That was
The other time was sleepwalking.
Yeah, scared my
Man.
family.
I bet.
Yeah, my little brother was like pretty small at the time. I'm pretty sure he started crying. Like they thought I was like really hurt, but I was just down there like, oh. Like it was
At what
laying
point do you wake up?
there.
When he hit the ground, I bet.
I just recall like midway through, like
Oh,
what the,
shoot.
you know, it was just like a blur. But
It's a bummer you didn't wake up after you hit the ground. You know, then you wouldn't have to deal with
Yeah.
the pain of it.
yeah, you know, knocked the wind out of you pretty good.
When you're sleepwalking, do you ever recall like being in a dream?
Yeah,
Like you're doing something different and then you.
nah, maybe sometimes, but most of the time it's like I'm delirious. I'm just like standing and I'm like half awake, like I'm looking for something. It's almost like the dream bleeds into real life. That's probably the best way to describe it. Like you're dreaming and then it kind of like you wake up but you're half awake and then you're doing something. I guess it bleeds in a sense, but by the time you remember you realize it, you kind of remember the little last half of it.
You always get very startled by something whenever you're like sleepwalking or something because you're always like prancing around somewhere upstairs and then you're just screaming and then it's just like, oh,
I love
CJ's
Ken's
up again.
Ken's input on
Bro,
CJ's sleep
So
life.
you're a reindeer.
Ken is gonna be like his sleep is gonna be so much better once his house is done. Like without me up above him, fucking freaking out in the middle of the night, like he's just gonna be
Peaceful.
sleeping like a baby.
Dude, when-
Can you look up what sleepwalking is a sign of? Like, you know, they say if you're a good dreamer, you're creative or some shit like that. Like, there's got to be something.
He gets a psychopath.
Really?
I made that up.
It just goes. If you sleepwalk a lot,
You're a
you're a
psycho.
pervert.
Oh damn.
That can't
we'd
be
think
true. I
Evan
don't
would be-
sleepwalk.
Yeah,
at
you'd be
all.
sleepwalking all day, all night long. That'd be Evan's new thing. I was sleepwalking. That wasn't me. What am I supposed to do? I was sleepwalking.
I was asleep.
Yeah.
It's caused by not getting enough sleep, stress, and sleep schedule disruption.
I don't know how true that is for my case, but yeah, I'll take it.
You mean you don't believe what they say on the internet?
I mean, those three things, I don't know how applicable they are to me.
I had a dream last night that there was like snakes in my room because when I was working out at the gym and like the gym owner was just in there and he was like, "Hey, you guys got to let me know if you see snakes in the gym." I was
Or
like,
snakes.
There's too many motherfucking
how
snakes.
could these snakes get in the gym? And he was like, they're little bastards outside. I've killed 57 of them outside, and they find little cracks in the walls, and they go up the insides of the walls and then come in from the ceiling. And I was like, there's
He
no
painted a nice
way.
picture for you there.
I was like, that just seems insane. And I shit you not, he walks out the door, and I go and hop on this machine. I run a couple sets, and I look down,
no way.
and sure enough, there's a snake staring at me.
What?
The
Yep.
hell?
So what'd that guy do? He grabbed it
Yep.
and did what with it?
Brought it outside and curb stomped it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
How have we never
Wow.
seen a snake? I mean, like, we've been in there a fair amount, never seen a snake.
Yeah.
And then now, 6 minutes after he tells us there's snakes, we see one?
It is an interesting location to have snakes because it's like in town, a
But
concrete
behind
jungle.
it is kind of like a marsh.
I guess.
I guess,
maybe.
yeah.
I mean, remember that snake that got under the oven?
Yeah.
Oh,
We've had
yeah.
a couple
Last
snakes, couple a lot of
I
salamanders.
mean, I
or
see a
whatever
lot.
they are.
They really like the culvert in the ditch where the grass grows up there. You go in there, go by it with the mower, and there'll be like 4 scurry out at once.
They throw
Nice.
some really good parties in that.
And
culvert.
allegedly, I chase them down with the mower.
You know,
Good.
I could see you having a pet snake in your den.
Dude,
Like you go in there, it's like it's you know, your room is pretty messy, but then like there's this glass tank type of thing, and
I
there's
had one
this snake there.
You had a snake?
Yeah,
You did. Wow.
for
How
like
long?
5 years.
What happened to
I
it?
How
got it
long?
at the end of its life.
How
It
long?
wasn't me. How long was the snake?
Yeah.
Like 5 feet.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh.
How big was the?
Did you take it out of its case a lot or no?
Yeah. Yep. I
What would
can't
you do?
remember what kind it was. I acquired it at like, it was already at like 2/3 life. I think they have like a 15-year lifespan or something. And it was already like old. It needed to go somewhere. So it ended up at my house for some reason.
Whose was it?
Just acquired it.
Buddies.
Your mom doesn't
Really?
strike.
No,
Were you
no,
living-
no, no, no.
Not when you were in high
my
school.
house.
Okay, your house. I was
My
going to
house,
say, your
like-
mom doesn't seem like the type of lady that would love snakes in her house. as a
Yeah,
pet.
did the whole thing. You get the frozen mice in the freezer, and then you just run them under some water. I can't remember why that they told me you're not supposed to feed it in the cage. It might make them aggressive. Then when they think the lid comes off, if you're gonna maybe play with it or something, so
Right.
you feed them in the bathtub, like with no water. Thaw out the mouse, put it in the bathtub, let it eat the mouse, which was usually a very quick process, and
put
then
it back.
How many
in the
times
cage.
do
You're
you have
such
to
a good
feed 'em?
snake owner.
Ah, man, I can't remember, but it was like only like once a week or something.
Oh, really?
It wasn't super often. I can't
Dude.
recall
I
exactly.
feel
So you would
bad
have to
for-
take that thing out.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like sketchy. It wasn't going to bite you. It wasn't super big around either. It was more kind of
What
skinny.
kind of
and
snake was it?
I can't
Did
remember.
it ever get out?
No, never got out.
You ever feed it live mice?
Nope. No, never a live mouse.
And
then what
A
happened
little bit
to
of
it?
fun.
It just died.
The snake
This
died.
is the worst snake story ever.
Like you just woke up one day and it was dead in its cage, or what?
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a sad life for a snake. Just like even like I
Better
think
than the
about, like,
wild snakes that I hit with the weed whacker.
Yeah, but they have at least like they live until that moment that they die, rather than just being cooped up in like a glass thing, or like you could do that. You could say the same thing with like gerbils, hamsters, like a dog that just sits in a cage all day.
Don't dive down the rabbit hole of TikTok or WebMD to figure out if your symptoms are life or death. Use a real doctor with Zocdoc. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment with them online. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical need that you may have, and are highly rated by verified patients. Once you find the right doctor, you can see that there are actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. If you're like us, you live out in the country, I know you've had to drive over an hour to see a specialist. Zocdoc is here to solve that problem. My favorite part about Zocdoc is appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. Sometimes you can even score same-day appointments. So quit using TikTok or WebMD as your doctor and use Zocdoc. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/wideopen to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/wideopen, ZocDoc.com/wideopen. Thank you to Shopify for making our website, CboysTV.com, possible and for sponsoring today's podcast. Shopify is packed with features that we use daily on our website. Without Shopify, our online store would not be possible. Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise at everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes, all with Shopify's AI tools. Plus, with Shopify, you can get that that iconic purple Shopify Pay button that's been used by millions of businesses around the world, and that is why Shopify is the best converting checkout on the planet. Customers already love it, so you better have it on your website. So turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/wide open. Go to shopify.com/wide open. That is shopify.com/wide open. Thanks, Shopify, for sponsoring this week's podcast.
I kind of hate any animal that's in a cage because they're just not that entertaining and they stink.
Yeah,
Like
no, for
gerbils,
sure.
hamsters, people that have house rabbits.
Like it
I never-
sucks
I
for
don't
the
get it.
person, in my opinion, and it sucks for the animal. Like the animal's got the tiniest. Like imagine you could only move within this little square. You know, it just kind of sucks.
Me and CJ's grandpa used to have bunnies,
Really?
but he would just let them roam around the entire upstairs.
That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Did they poop everywhere?
Yeah, it was probably pretty gross.
I'm assuming it made it stink pretty bad in there. Or?
Yeah.
But they just hopped around? They just chilled?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
No,
Was
so
it
Were they
fun?
big? Because some of those, like,
Yeah, they're big.
jackrabbits.
They're big bunnies.
big.
Yeah. Then he also had a parrot. He was a dick. Mango.
Parrots can be mean.
Yeah. Well, he just had a mouth on him.
He's
You walk in.
he was like-
hello, cocksucker.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He's like
He's
30
an
years
asshole.
old.
But
Yeah.
they only say what they've
Yeah, I was
heard.
like,
So
they-
who's saying
Oh,
that?
yeah.
was
My
definitely
grandpa was
taught that.
trained in that. But, like, parrots live to be, like, 70 years old or something crazy. Like, they live a long, long life. And this Mango was, like, 45 years old. So, like, the family was like, all right, who gets Mango if grandpa passes away, you know? My grandpa's 80. Me and CJ's grandpa, 83 or something like that. So you got to think, Mango's still going to be kicking it.
It's like the opposite of a dog where the family might fight over who gets grandpa's dog for the last 5 years. But it's a parrot, like, no.
No,
Or
but
maybe,
I
maybe
feel like
someone
me and
wants it,
CJ might have had to have just stepped up and
I
just
would-
taken
for sure.
Mango.
Yeah, he would have. They
Yeah.
all
He would've
just
been the new
assumed
shop.
that we
He
were
would've been
gonna
in the
be-
Yeah.
shop.
Well,
Yeah,
Ben and
imagine-
CJ will take Mango to the
Yeah.
shop.
Walking in here, hello, cocksucker.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Honestly,
know,
you
you learn way more words.
So
Way
Mango's
For
more.
not
real.
around?
No, Mango died in a house fire.
That's
Yeah,
my bad.
Yep. No, it's okay.
R.I.P. Mangoes.
Yep.
bringing up touchy subjects now, Ev.
Dude,
I'm
Nikki's
scared.
mom has 2 parrots, and the one,
What?
2 different kinds. One of them super friendly. It'll just crawl all over you. It's chilling. The other one, the only person that can hold it is Nikki's mom, and it'll look friendly, but it will just bite you, and it draws blood.
Yeah.
Really?
It hurts. I messed around and found out that it's quick, like a snapping turtle or something you think is slow, and you get a little close, and it'll just... I was teasing it. Nikki's like, don't do that. Stick my finger in the cage, and sure as shit, right on the tip of my finger, draws blood. Yeah.
You can hear it now.
Oh.
The family's like eating dinner. Ah! Like,
How old are those parrots?
I believe around middle of their lifespan, so we've had like this same conversation of
Who acquires the bird?
yeah,
I think,
two birds,
honestly-
but they can't be. They got separate cages and whatever. I think that.
Do they talk to each other?
I'm not sure about that, but they talk to the cat and they do here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh, that's
Really?
really
Kitty,
funny.
kitty, yeah.
That's
they better
actually
be careful.
sick.
The cat would kill him.
I think once they realize that they just have to coexist, I think they just kind of just chill. Maybe
Until
look at
they
each
have
other,
an
but-
opportunity to take it out.
Well, probably.
You know,
What's
let
the
it
wing,
out.
though?
I think
The
a cat
parrot?
would love to have its way with it.
Yeah, it'd be
tiny
pretty
bird.
fun for it. Yeah,
But
it'd
not
be
a big
hunting
bird.
it.
Dude,
I think
That's
the
a big
parrot.
bird.
The one is like, I would say small to medium sized, and the other one is relatively large, and that's the mean one. And I think it could beat up a cat.
Yeah, I would
Really?
say. I
I
feel like
think
they're pretty
so.
big. They're like the
cat's-
size of a cat.
And
but
if
with-
it bit that cat, the cat's gonna be like, "What the heck just happened?" And
Yeah, I
probably
suppose.
scurry off.
Dude, I'm excited to get a shop dog around here. I think CJ's got to do it, but I think we need a dog running around.
I'm gonna be the one that has to take care of it. Well, if it's at the
If
shop,
I got
or are
a
you
dog,
gonna bring
it'd
it
stay
home?
home. Yeah,
Oh,
or
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
maybe bring it every now and then.
I mean, if it stayed
Yeah,
at the
CJ
shop,
Then
gets
it
a
wouldn't-
dog.
then it wouldn't be a shop dog.
If it's you know, I'm not a stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up. That's gonna be
Dude,
that's
I
gonna be
wouldn't
Evan
trust-
and CJ's
I
dog.
wouldn't trust Evan with my dog.
Yeah, and it
he'd
would.
be,
That
he'd be
wouldn't
taking
be
the peanut butter home at night.
Yeah, I would not be. I would
Point
be taking it
proven.
home. I just wouldn't be. I would not want to leave the dog around here.
Yeah, no,
You can't have both of them. I'd take one or the other. You know.
Yeah, because I'd be giving the dog treats. That's all. Nothing
Yeah.
weird. I'd just be feeding it
right.
too much. It'd be,
teaching it how to skateboard or something.
that would be
sick.
cool.
That would be sweet.
You come back and it's like it knows tricks and stuff now.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I feel like the most practical pets are dogs and cats. Realistically.
This is historically a true statement.
Shit, why don't more people have dogs and cats?
Damn, dude. So we bought this truck. If you watched last week's video, we bought a cheap version of Dalton's truck that he spent the last 6 months building, and then we did the same stuff to it. But when we were buying the truck, we kind of got duped.
Cheetoed.
Yeah, we got.
You were talking on the last pod about me getting scammed. You got scammed.
Man, I'm going to take 50% of the blame.
Holy shit.
Why the hell would you take 50%?
Since when is he's taking accountability a little bit at least?
Because why? Ben is negotiating the deal. He sends me a truck. I go, looks good to me as long as it has a 5.7 Hemi. Ben messages the guy, says, does this have a 5.7 Hemi? Guy says, yes. Therefore, I go, it's raining. So I like kind of flustered, just drive it, whatever. Okay, starts, run, stops. Well, no, but I got to load it up on the trailer and strap it down. I'm going to be soaking wet for the ride home for 4.5 hours. Like, whatever. It's just a shitty, rusted out Dodge. There wasn't much. I actually did the diligence to like, it's running. I look underneath it, not dripping anything, turn the steering wheel both ways. Like, I gave it a little look over and
you just didn't pop
it
the hood.
seemed fine. Didn't pop the hood. Didn't pop the hood. But isn't that fair, Ben? 50-50?
Hey,
I think that's fair.
I'm happy that you're just taking even part of the accountability.
Well, I mean, that dude just straight up lied about the entire vehicle. Like, didn't he say it had a Starlight headliner?
Yeah, what's
and
up
it
with that?
didn't.
The dude
Took it
was a
out.
little rat. I'm going to be honest. The dude was a little rat. He took a picture of the truck, and I was like, all right, this one is like 4 hours away. It was a little bit more expensive, but it's got the Starlight headliner, which was like the selling point for me because Dalton's truck had the Starlight headliner, and I was like, that's just like the cherry on top for
And
these
we don't want to
matching
put one
trucks.
in because it's a pain in
Yeah,
the
it
ass.
would have been a pain in the
$1,000
ass. Yeah,
too.
it would have made no sense. I was like, all right, let's just pull the trigger on this one. It's got the same motor and everything that we're looking for, plus the Starlight liner. The dude pulled it out, didn't tell us that until Evan got there.
I don't think it was ever in.
Oh, it probably wasn't a...
I
yeah,
had
you
Mark
might be
pictures
right.
of it?
I had like Mark and Tint, which I trust their opinion. They're looking like, dude,
never
this is such an OEM headliner. There's no way it was ever out and put back in.
Makes sense.
You want to take that out, you have to like remove the
Yes.
windshield to get that out of the vehicle. Like, it's not just an easy
Also,
process.
you would just see a bunch of little prickled holes because they have to poke them.
Well, I mean, probably used a different material. I would assume. I don't know.
Unless
Maybe
you put
not.
them in your
Yeah,
stock one.
but I mean,
Yeah.
it was
But
weasel.
and then
He
you
had-
know what
he
he
had the thing
claims though?
listed as the wrong.
I go, oh, it's got a Starlight or Starliner, whatever they're called. No, I had to take it out for whatever reason. It was sagging. But I actually install them. So if you guys ever want one put in, hit me up.
Wow, upselling you.
So the dude lies about the motor,
Lies about the Starliner.
is what it
It's
is.
actually a 4.7.
But he
Out of
also
5
he also like tried shaving off the cap on top of the motor. It says like 4.7 Hemi or whatever,
yeah, on the air
Magnum.
intake.
and he shaved off the 4.
But
So
like only half of it.
yeah,
Like
so
just
you
a
can
quick.
still like yeah.
I mean, we could tell what it said, but it literally just said 0.7, whatever. Like, oh, it must be 5.
Yeah, so we figured that out once we started working on it. And then just like the cherry on top was what he did after buying it.
After Evan instructed him that this purchase is under wraps, so don't post anything about it, please.
Yeah, so right away he's kind of like, what are you guys doing with this? I'm like, just beater truck or whatever. Kind of downplayed it. Didn't tell him what we were doing. Get it loaded up. And then he's asked me if he can take a picture of me with the truck. Like, he didn't want to get in the picture, but he like stands back, takes a picture of me with it. And he took it, finished ratchet strapping it down. And I'm like, hey, you want to just do me a favor and like, don't post this anywhere for at least a couple weeks. It's a big surprise for Dalton. And then actually, it was probably dumb. I should have just left it at don't post it. But I thought if I filled him in, he said he was a fan of the channel, that he'd be like hyped or respect what we were doing. And then he would not post it.
Yep.
And he just said, don't worry, I won't post anything.
Then he posted it and it went viral.
Yeah, so he put together a little thing on TikTok of like Evan picking it up, and then it's got the photo of Evan sitting there.
Kind of looked like you were in
Pretty
collusion
funny.
with him.
And then proceeds to post it. It blows up, and then I started reading the comments, and he's just telling everyone in the comments exactly what we were
Shut
doing.
up.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like, it's one thing if he's saying like, I didn't think it was gonna blow up, but then after it blew up, he still went in and was just like, it's tough because like, what do you do when you're buying something off Facebook Marketplace? Like, it's just public. There's only so much that we can like do or complain about it. It's more just like, I mean, at least like respect somebody's like wishes of like, hey, you can post this, just like, please just wait.
Yeah, he had no respect for anything.
No
dude.
respect, yeah. And then the dude was like, can I pay you to like come and be a part of like the
Fuck no, we're not
the
trying
surprise?
to hang with
I was like, fuck no, dude.
He wanted to come out.
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Oh my! I
He was-
didn't hear this.
He was
part.
like saying that you said it was cool. He was like, yeah, Evan said that it was cool and I could stay in his room.
no, it just sucks because he seemed like a decent dude at the time, but that just goes to show you can get screwed by anybody.
Swanked.
That's why we're always hard on the Facebook Marketplace. You got to kick him in the nuts, beat him up.
Did we at least get a good deal? You kick him in the nuts?
Well, I did some negotiating on Facebook, got him down, I don't know, $800 or something like that. And then he was like, since you're driving here, like we can figure out a price when you get here too. Because I was trying to negotiate the rate of like him bringing it here. And then Evan shows up. I tell him, yo, just negotiate this guy down a little bit more. He said he's willing to drop because you're picking it up. And then Evan goes, I go, how much you pay for it? And he was like, full price, what you said? I said, oh, bro, why didn't you
dude was
negotiate?
like, Ben said you were picking it up for $5,000 or whatever.
I should, yeah. That,
And
that's
then, like,
whatever.
at that-
That's
it
whatever.
got to
That
a
was just
point
me and
where
Evan not communicating.
It would have been nice to save a few hundred more, but at the end of the day, I drove 4.5 hours to get this truck, and over $100. I wasn't gonna not bring the truck home. It's just like,
Yeah, which I'm
whatever.
sure he knew.
Like
Funny.
whatever.
Yeah, so anyways, we get this truck. We wrap it. We put the wheels on. The thing, it's the identical wrap. Dalton doesn't know about it, obviously, if you guys have seen the video. So he's in the meantime working on his truck in Fargo, and we have this shittier, basically Temu version of his truck at a hidden shop in our area, and we wrap this thing in like 2 days, throw the wheels on, and a few other little things, basically to then just roll up and surprise the surpriser. Dalton had this whole big thing. He thought we didn't know what his truck looked like, and he was going to unveil it to us, surprise us on video. And we had this thing that we were going to basically roll in. And then Evan freaking is driving this thing down to go surprise Dalton, and the wheel falls off.
Yeah. So I was the one that put the wheels on, so it is my fault. But what I was scared of is we have this Ripper Milwaukee 1/2-inch impact with a big battery on it, and I know that you could suck the stud right out of there. And this is like an hour before we unveil it, so I'm scared of over torquing these wheels. So I literally told all you guys, like, I'm just going to give it a couple ugga-duggas. We're going to pull in for the unveil. And then before we rip this thing, we're going to torque them by hand. Because, you know, if we pull rip the studs out, then we kind of throw the whole bit before it started. I under-torqued them.
The wheel flew off in the middle of the road. He calls us frantic.
No.
rotor.
So I'm on the phone with Ben because the timing had to be right on where I need to pull out of the buddy's shop at the right time when Dalton's coming in, and I need to hide down the road. And
Let me
sorry.
just tell you how this phone call goes.
This was happening like as you were on your way to the
yeah,
reveal.
surprise, yeah.
So this is how this phone call goes. Hello? Hey, can you tell Gavin to like meet me down the road so I can like tighten up these lugs? They gotta be loose, dude. Like this thing feels fucked. Okay, yeah. I'll go find them right now. All right. Just tell him this is where I'm gonna be. Okay, yep. Hey, Gav. Oh, fuck. What? The fucking wheel just fell off. Like, he kind of goes silent, and I just go, wait, are you serious? He goes, oh, yeah, because I would joke about this.
Dude, nobody's had more wheels fall off in the history of ever than Evan.
But always the weird coincidence about it, our wheels fall off on hoonicorns, which this is looking like one, and Uncle Rich has been in town both times the hoonicorn wheel has flown
Maybe
off.
he's
Lives
losing
like
them up.
secretly.
He might be. When he gets liquored up, he goes and loosens the lug nuts.
Fucking loosens up a motor too.
You just said you installed the wheel on this.
Yeah, but he
one.
might have snuck in real quick.
Yeah,
true.
you don't know. But man, our version of Dalton's truck looks so freaking good. It looked way better before Evan fucked up the front fender, but now it's just a funny story.
Yep.
But ironically enough, Dalton's truck broke. So now he is driving around our replica version of his truck because it's just too
He
funny.
did get it. It was one belt. He
Yeah,
shredded a
serpentine
belt, but it was
He's
so
still not driving it.
Yeah, why has he been driving
This
ours
is-
all day?
Supposedly, this is his daily now.
Nah.
He's still not driving it.
He posted
And he's
the
driving the fake one.
Yeah, the fake
picture
one.
driving the Honda Pilot last day in the mom rig or whatever.
Ev loves that one.
Dude, it was so satisfying. Like, we filmed the whole bit. It ends with him having a shredded belt. We're wrapping everything up, and we had to go film another bit. And Dalton hops in the Cheeto hoonicorn, and where you going, Dalton? Running to the parts store in the replica.
Yep.
Did he say he saw some of his boys from high school and they were laughing at him or
Yeah,
something?
because I'm sure they thought that was his
that was his
truck.
truck.
Oh, shit.
That was the build.
That's the thing with driving around in our fake Temu one. Like, Dalton's is cool. It looks great. It has the power to back it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's the full package. Ours is as Cheeto as it gets. You know, it's the small motor. It's a piece of shit truck. It's damaged. And then it's got this crazy wrap.
The wheels
and
are
the gold
literally
wheels
spray
that
painted.
are spray
Sparkly
painted.
gold. The chopped exhaust.
Chopped
which
exhaust.
has the gurgle tune when you're decelling.
But what's crazy
loud.
though is like I somehow mistook our fake one as Dalton's today. Well, I was sitting on the phone at the shop and I'm sitting there, I'm doing this like permit thing I gotta apply for. And I hear this rumble come up and I turn and look. I see Dalton coming over and and then I just turned back because, I heard it rumble. I didn't realize that the 4.7 liter was that loud, and I didn't really listen much to it. I was pretty preoccupied, but I legit, it's Dalton. And then I go in the shop and I come out 30 minutes later and realize it wasn't the real one. I go, holy shit, dude. I just mistook the real one or the fake one as the real one. That's how good our fake wrap job is.
You could see it out the window, just a little corner of it, and you go, yeah, there it is.
When it's crazy it is rusted out. The guy did screw us, but it's a solid truck. The tires are balanced.
It is.
It has ice cold AC.
It was drifting.
The Bluetooth works. No, but all those things. And Dalton's like, dude, I actually love driving it. It works. It's like, bro, that's what I'm telling you. Just go buy a $10,000 half ton and don't do anything to it other than drive it. Have your race truck, have your race cars, whatever. But just get a half ton truck to get you where you need to go.
Have a car that works. What a novel thought. That you can drive.
Dude, the more I look at the kind of the replica of our replica Temu version, you know how much like a high schooler would love that? Exhaust cut, the monster wrap,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
freaking the eBay taillights.
We
and
probably
headlights.
shouldn't idle it for too long or he'll get carbon monoxided. So we didn't actually run the exhaust anywhere. It's just coming out right
Just-
under the cab.
Oh.
It'll be like when we all got sick
we're
in the
worried about
Suburban.
Dalton. Yeah. Don't want him to get sick.
All right, guys, check this out. So, you know how we've been golfing a lot lately? Well, I think it's, spread now to some of our girlfriends. And today, my girlfriend comes into the shop and we're eating lunch. She's like, I'm going golfing at 2 today with, so-and-so and so-and-so, her friends, and Alondra. And she's all excited. I'm like, really? You going golfing? And I'm like, well, send me some videos. This is the video she just sent me. I haven't even watched it yet.
Oh, my gosh, you get hit.
I was like, Sophie will never hit us over here. I hit my bike!
It hit the cart.
Maybe wasn't the best place to park the cart, though.
Just a solid toot.
Oh, my
Well,
God,
I guess
dude.
she needs to be in record.
Bro, they dress nice for the course, too, even.
I thought the risk of getting hit was only with us.
CJ, what was that muscular guy picture?
Oh, you want to see it?
Not necessarily, but I am concerned.
Just a concern.
Who do you think it is?
I mean,
Oh,
my
that's-
money's on CJ.
No,
Kind
no,
of looks
no.
like Cody, but it's not probably. Oh, Ben!
Yeah.
I called you a muscular guy. What the fuck were you three doing? This is why I don't come work out
Pretty
with you guys.
suspicious.
Dude,
Pretty suspicious.
I don't want to be anywhere near that.
Pretty suspicious. What we were doing is our trainer wanted us to practice posing.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, I
And,
mean,
yeah.
you're going to have to practice at least the poses.
No, I'll just walk out there and stand there or whatever. But
Yeah, but
Listen-
you still got to do the pose.
I don't have to.
I'm
I'm not going to win, so it doesn't matter how much effort I put into this.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm not gonna defend.
I'm going to be eating
that
a fucking
video.
double cheeseburger on my way up on the stage.
Okay.
That'd be pretty good. I'm not gonna defend that video. That's pretty suspicious, and I felt uncomfortable sitting in the room, 3 of us with our shirt off.
But it's like, yeah, your adrenaline was going. You just like kind of blacked
You're
out.
rock hard.
Whipped out the camera.
You don't know what else.
Where was Ken when this was going on?
He finished early.
Was that video taken today?
No, it was Monday.
How did I
He
know
was
Ken
already-
would be the first one to finish?
He was already cleaning up and going home.
Bro.
I'll meet you back in the showers.
Yeah, pretty sus on that one.
Yeah, it's like he's got us doing these poses and stuff, right? and I'm like flexing. And like I'm fucking flexing as hard as I can. I'm like, there's gotta be more here, dude. Like,
gotta be more.
Like maybe I just gotta work harder, and I'm doing that, and it's just like nothing's really happening, and then it's all you got sometimes.
You should get some of the Botox muscles or whatever. Can't you do that?
Right.
Dude,
No.
the
you could just.
I thought you were talking about SpongeBob with the inflate arms, but yeah, they do have that, dude. Remember that shit?
Yeah,
They have
I do.
Dude, the inflate arms is literally Dalton's truck when he couldn't do a burnout.
But dude, when Dalton's truck is like rolling so much coal and is so angry and is
Making all this noise.
and the tires aren't spinning, and I'm like, dude, I mean, it was just weird because you know how like we've tried that, you know, we get the stop like when we got our GMC, I better go do a burnout, and you brake stand until they pop, but it wasn't doing it, and it was literally like looked like a freaking steam engine.
It does have a brand new set of 14.5 wides.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, a lot of...
And our asphalt really is sticky. I think we were busting his balls when he used that as an excuse.
That was the big factor.
I was just waiting on that drive shaft to snap.
I thought
Or-
so.
I was like, either your drive shaft or your rear diff is just going to blow up.
Or the tranny just lights on fire.
When he started actually lighting his exhaust on fire and it was blowing out the exhaust flames, I was like, it takes like one time for him to not turn the propane off and then just start driving, and he's going to just start some random shit on fire. I was like, this is an actual safety hazard, bro.
Dude, at least our GMC actually will shoot a random flame out here and there. That's real. He has to have a propane tank and a fucking spark plug.
I mean, I thought it was cool. I'll give him that. But I was like, this seems like a fucking hazard. This
Especially with
cannot
him.
be safe.
I just want to see Mike cook a dog on it.
We're gonna. I didn't realize when he started that thing up that it's like a flamethrower. It's not a couple pops.
Yeah, it was flaming pretty good. It was just bright.
You should
Yeah,
light up our next burn pile.
Yes, that would be cool. You'd have to park
Just
pretty
drive
close.
by it.
Maybe take the truck with it.
So what are your thoughts on Dalton's truck, Evan?
I think the wrap is extremely controversial, and I think the build is awesome. It's like Micah's drift car or any other high-performance rig where you use it, it's very fun, it's going to break. It's fun when you use it. I don't know, it's just how that kind of stuff is.
Yeah.
So for him not like having another vehicle is asinine. I think he should go buy a $10,000 pickup that he can throw his dirt bike in the back and get around and do what he needs to do. And then he has a race truck. But to even think that that's a daily is delusional. And also, his mechanics live across the entire country, which is going to be inconvenient for him.
Before he did all this build, he wouldn't drive it in the winter because he didn't want it to get it rusty. Well, that's just like you can't daily that though.
I think his plan is to get enough money to buy another vehicle for winter.
I think his problem is he's going to then start modding whatever he
Oh,
buys.
100%.
Like, he just needs to just don't even start. Don't even put wheels on it. As soon as you start, it's just going to keep going crazy.
Come on, not
How
even
addiction.
wheels?
I thought it was sick though. Like it is crazy hearing a diesel truck rev the way that those trucks were. The two Cummins that obviously Dalton's and then their other one. Like it's a totally different sound, and it really is a sight. Like
It's been working.
yeah, it's been working, and we know it works. I mean, obviously with our GMC is not nearly as hopped up as either of those Cummins that were in the video, but
Ours is actually built for drifting. Theirs are just built for crazy
toasting.
horsepower.
Yeah.
yeah, I felt bad for Kevin when it couldn't initially break the tires loose because the thing was so new. It's like they
ripping.
just had rebuilt the motor and they didn't have much time to like put new tunes and all this stuff on it. It just takes time when you're tuning something. Like it's not like you just throw the tune on and it's good. So like normally it's not uncommon to have like 20 different revisions of tuning, and they had like 2. So we're sitting there and it's like trying to spin, and all of us are like, this is just sad. And then obviously eventually they threw some a new tune on it, and then it was ripping.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I felt bad for him there because I was like, I don't want this to be how it goes for you guys, because I know it's not how it goes. Like I've seen what they've built.
He was stressing. They got it.
Yeah,
figured
you
out.
could tell
Yeah,
he was like, this is not the time for this thing not to be working.
He was like to the full send diesel guys, you guys like can't leave till this is tuned right, okay? He just like laid
Dalton
down the
said
law,
that?
and I was like, yeah, I mean, what would you do if they left?
It would have been funny. We should have paid him to leave. Dalton's got this truck that makes all this noise and can't do a burnout.
Ryan, what was the story? You were like, I got a funny ass story for
yeah.
you guys.
Oh, dude. So it actually involves kind of all you guys, now that relationships are getting a little more serious, a couple of the boys over here have proposed. I think all the girls are a little more on edge waiting for their proposal. At least speaking for me, I think Alondra is. And so we go to this wedding this weekend, and it's, wedding is obviously a time you think about proposals, it's just on your mind. And so we're all dressed up. We're taking pictures downtown because Alondra was in the wedding party. And we're standing there talking. She kind of got like really quiet for a little bit. And I didn't think much of it. And I was like, oh, whatever, mine must be somewhere else. And I turned to my left and looked down the street, and I go, oh, it's Dalton taking pictures. He's got the mega lens, and he's taking pictures of his sister for prom. And just by chance. And so I see them, I go, hey, Dalton, walks over, and then he goes, oh, I'll take some pictures of you guys. Take some pictures. I can feel Alondra's tense.
She's like, don't do this right here. Don't do this right here.
Yeah. We take pictures. I go, see you, Dalton. Hug Jen. They leave. And she looks over and she goes, when I saw Dalton, I thought you were going to propose. Could
Pretty
you
valid.
On
imagine?
the night
At someone
of
else's
her
wedding.
friend's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At her friend's wedding, photographs.
would
I
have
just
been
dropped.
hilarious. Which
Oh
would have
my
been psychotic,
God.
but-
Yeah, like literally probably
Just steal the show.
the worst proposal time ever.
So yeah, think if you guys weren't doing that and you were out doing something else, but you were dressed up like for something, then she actually would have thought.
That's
it
what
was
I'm
going
saying.
down.
I feel like I have to have like a tracker on Dalton and then like warn her that it's not happening every time Dalton's around. He was even wearing a camo shirt, which she thought was a nice touch, that for everybody else, they were like hidden in the woods and he was wearing camo and whatever. And then for me, I just was like, hey, fuck it. Just stand on the street. We'll do it on the
Still
sidewalk.
wear camo, yeah.
Yeah, still throw some, throw some camo on.
Ghillie suit standing on the sidewalk.
Anyway, so she was like, thank God you didn't propose. Then I was like, that would have been literally the most awful proposal time ever.
At somebody else's wedding.
I just see Dalton, those glasses that have like the fake nose and the mustache.
That's his next one. At the end, he runs out of cause. He's like, ah, fuck it.
Anyways, good job not stealing the light at your friend's wedding.
Yeah, it was like her best friend's wedding too.
Yeah, it'd be pretty savage. Apparently, there's a bunch of rules. When you can propose, when you can get married, how close you can propose to
But
somebody's wedding.
they're all unwritten. It's kind of confusing. You gotta
Yeah,
just
but they're all
learn
just
'em.
chicks being chicks. Like, who cares?
I'm glad that they'll at least verbally say that they usually don't want a public proposal. If
Like at a baseball
like
game
if
or
they
a
don't
Timberwolves
if they
game or
don't
some
tell
shit.
you and you do it, yeah, whatever. But if they're like, hey, I don't want a public proposal, and then you do it at a baseball game on the jumbotron, she's not gonna like it.
I think that'd be an awful proposal time. Like you're at a stadium or maybe like a concert.
There's probably like
But
a
yeah,
ton
true.
of
Different
chicks out
strokes.
there
Yeah.
that love the sport and that actually.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
different
true. I
strokes,
shouldn't-
different folks.
I shouldn't speak for everybody.
Be the most awkward thing if they said no on the jumbotron and just awkwardly have to back away.
Ooh. Yeah, it happens.
How do you recover from that?
I don't. I, think
I mean, I know it's
Find another
happened.
one.
I think you
I
shut
know
your
it's
Xbox
happened.
off and
Just start over. You guys see, speaking of turning off your Xbox, that they delayed GTA another year.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
wild.
that's
It
pretty
delayed
tough.
6 months, I believe, right? From October.
Oh, you're right. The
to
fall to
May,
the spring.
Whatever.
Yep.
A year from now is about when
That
it's
is
going to come out.
wild, dude. It seems like a video game coming out at the beginning of summer
Isn't the best time.
isn't the best time.
Kids are screwed.
Yeah, I mean, the kids are not probably going
I'm
to care
screwed.
at all, but
The
freaking-
hype reel video?
that shit looked real. It
Yeah,
looked
it
like
looks
you hired
sick.
actors. Like, I mean, the graphics are insane. A new storyline. It looks awesome.
I saw that the Burj Khalifa or whatever, the tallest building in Dubai, took 9 years and cost $1.6 billion to build. And currently GTA is at $2 billion in 13 years. So GTA is more expensive than the Burj Khalifa skyscraper, the
crap.
tallest
For-
building in
for
the
a
world.
piece of software.
Yeah, but that software is gonna make so much money, and they're gonna run that game for probably another 20 years after.
For
like,
real.
Who knows? Like GTA 7 will take so long to make that they're going to be running GTA 6 for probably 25
We're
years.
going to be retired
yeah.
yeah.
when the next GTA hype really
Yeah.
comes
So
out.
what I'm thinking, like realistically,
Crazy.
they push it back 6 months. Now I'm like, how crazy is it to think that what if when GTA 6 comes out that there needs to be a new console?
Yeah, you're
happens?
right. I
And
mean, that's
what if the PS5 can't handle it?
They'll for
I know
sure
they're
be a
making
new
it
console
for
at
that.
that
by
point.
then.
I have thought, like, what
Maybe
can
that's why
Yeah.
they're delaying. Well, when
Yeah.
did new consoles
I
come
don't
out?
know. Probably fall, but I
I
was
used
just
to
wondering.
know.
Yeah, like they keep making it crazier, and then they're like, dude, what if we push this back 3 months for the new. I don't know. They'll make it for PS5 and Xbox One.
I feel
but
like at some point, I don't know, technology's always getting better, but like the newest consoles are like pretty insane.
They've been saying that since the PS2.
yeah.
Yeah, like, how could this get any better? I used to think that with the Xbox 360.
I mean, I guess you're right. I guess I
Right.
can't argue.
I'm not arguing what you said. I think like you know how powerful some like phones now and like some of the like iPads and obviously computers. That PS5 and Xbox just seems like a good 8 out of 10.
I think they heard Evan's idea to like integrate all the different sports in it, and I think that's what delayed them.
Dude, I've been thinking about that.
And then I was thinking, do you even need a storyline? Is it
No.
just like those movies where you just like you're just playing real life?
Then it's
you
just
just
like-
start out as a character and you're just trying to
Yeah, it's like open world,
yeah.
nothing, do whatever.
What's that shit? Roblox or something like that?
Roblox. Well, so that's
Ready Player
I
One
didn't
is
want to
the movie.
compare.
The movie.
Yeah, I didn't want to compare it to that, and I didn't bring it up when you brought it up last time. But it is like Roblox. Like you can basically make any game / like you can make them and play them, and like you can. Roblox is just like unlimited. Like,
Interesting.
there's just like the most random. I only played it for like a day, and I was like, all right, I'm too old for this. But you can do anything in it.
I gotta get back into Xbox.
Dude, you played one time with us, and you did terribly, and you haven't touched it since.
Was it really only one time?
It was brutal, dude. It was probably the worst performance I've ever
Well,
seen.
I
someone on
hope
Call of Duty.
someone
I'm just
gave him
being
a break.
honest, and
Is it
it's
that
not.
bad?
But no
I
one
don't
gave
know
you
how
a
much
break?
worse you could have done. You got like one kill. One kill on Nuketown playing Domination, Ev. How is that possible?
That's pretty bad. You
How
could-
is that
Every time you spawn, throw a random grenade, and you
Yeah.
should have
Yeah, it
better
was
stats.
like you could run around with a pistol with your eyes closed, shooting it.
Oh, Mike.
And
Oh, Mike.
It was actually mind-boggling, but maybe there's something wrong with like his TV or something, the way he set it up.
Yeah, you have bad internet latency or some shit.
Maybe he needs a monitor. He's
I can't.
playing
I was
on the
gonna
TV.
say I could see
It doesn't
Ben's
matter.
got a
Yeah, at that rate, you
75-inch
still gotta get more than one
TV.
kill.
His couch is about 12 feet away, and he's sitting like this.
It's exactly.
And it's got to have a monitor on a leg.
Bro, you should still get more than one kill.
We used to play on the projector in my apartment, which probably had the worst ever, but we did get a victory a couple times on it. It was so lit. Everybody's in there partying, and then you got one guy playing Fortnite.
That is pretty sweet.
It was cool. And then like people are kind of watching, and then it gets exciting towards the end, you know, like you can tell the pressure's building. It was cool.
What do you guys think of Hayden Deegan kind of pulling a sneaky on his teammate, running him off the track to win the championship?
I think it was the right move. That's like an unsaid
Racer
rule
mentality?
right there. Is like you're on a team until you're racing at 1 and 2 for first,
Yeah.
and then there's a championship on the line.
You see, like Duke Gomez posted like a TikTok about it, and he's like, you guys, there's millions of dollars on the line. He's like, I would have punted my grandma off of the highest berm for a chance at 10th in that race or something. And I'm like, yeah, he definitely pushed him off, but it's like,
And
what
also,
was on the
it's
line?
racing.
I think it's solely because it was him that did it, and if roles were reversed, like people would be celebrating like his teammate for doing that to him.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a legendary moment, like in 20 years when they're talking about Hayden's career in a documentary, they're gonna like bring that moment up.
I'm just surprised that people were surprised because Deegan's a winner. Like he's the type of guy to do it.
Right.
And so it was like, I was surprised there was such an uproar about it, but maybe you're right. Maybe there was just an uproar because it's him.
What do you think he's going to do for the last race since he won the championship?
It's kind of
I was
weird.
wondering
That's
that
a
too.
weird thing.
I just wouldn't race if I was him. Why even risk it? suppose
I
you
kind
have
of feel
to,
like
but-
he's going to go out there and just freaking win it.
Yeah.
Just because.
Might as well.
I mean, that'd be the
I mean, if you're
badass
gonna
thing to do.
race it, you
The problem
might as well win
is
it.
the target that he has on his back. Like, I would imagine that everyone would love to take him out.
So
When he
he's-
already won, and he's going to come out
Yeah,
there.
but I don't know. You think they would? You think they would take him out?
At least, buddy, that he took
For
out
nothing on the
Davies, right?
Yeah, is
That's
the
his
next
teammate.
race East and West?
I
Like,
don't
would
know.
he
I
be-
don't know exactly. I just know there's one more race.
I
Hopefully,
mean,
he
I'll be
races
watching.
it.
Yeah, this will be out
But I would
after
think that,
comes
yeah,
out, but-
if Davies even sees him on the track, he's going to, why wouldn't he
Dude,
blow him out?
I was reading the comments on a TikTok of, I can't remember if they were on his side or against what he did, but because it's so polarizing.
Yeah.
Like if you scroll, at least on my TikTok feed, there's so many people just like praising it and then just bitching about it, which is crazy. Which is also like what you want to like reach the mainstream like as much as like he has. But I don't know. I thought it was crazy. One comment said the fall of motocross needs to be studied, and I was like, this dude is delusional. This is like the first time I've ever even cared about what's happening in motocross in the last 5 years. Like it's stories like this that just get like everyone interested in like such a niche sport, which is motocross. You know, it's like it's blending just like kind of mainstream, which is just like people loving just like the rivalry and just like I don't
Drama.
know the drama and the character that is, and then like how niche motocross racing is.
It's like with all sports, you hardly care about the sport you're watching unless you're like really rooting for your team. Like pretty rarely do you watch a sport just because you like the sport. Like you're invested in the drama or a team like carrying through or something like that, you know? And in motocross, like he is the team.
No, I think it's cool.
Yeah, dude,
I think it's good for the sport.
He works quick. He like I don't know, 3 days later posted on a Snapchat that he bought a Lambo.
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet. He just goes Lambo at 19.
bought it out from underneath us.
Yeah, I was talking to.
really?
I was talking to that
Bought it
guy.
out from underneath us.
I was talking to that guy, and he's like,
That was the
"Sorry,
that was the
already sold." Or he said he took a deposit on it, and the guy can't pick it up for 3 weeks. It's some supercross racer. I was like, "Huh, all right. Well, that sucks."
Wow.
He was
Moved
waiting
on.
for his championship
Check.
check to
That's
cash.
3
That's
weeks later, I see the
crazy.
Lambo on his story. I'm like,
So
Yo.
he was. That's wild.
Checks out.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick because he's got both his R8 and his Lambo now. I saw he posted a video of them in the
"It's a
garage.
baller move, man."
That's a baller move. You guys been watching Black Mirror yet?
Haven't watched it yet. Is it crazy?
Yeah. There's some episodes that suck.
Oh.
There's like the first 2 or 3 suck, and I'm a Black Mirror fan. But then the last couple, like the last 3, are really good. But there's one where a lady has like she goes brain dead basically, and so there's a subscription company that will fix your brain for free, and you just got to pay a subscription. But they kept jacking up the price on her. Spoiler alerts. They kept jacking up the price on her. And then eventually they like couldn't afford to pay the thing. So she had to go to the ads version. So you'd be like talking to her and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go for a run." And then she'd just like pop into like, "Buy Brooks running shoes for the whatever."
This shit's going to happen
Now
to
was-
That's
Ryan.
Neuralink.
Yeah. And I was like, I need that, dude.
Okay,
Pop
yeah,
into
it
an ad
just
right now.
made it hilarious that you were telling it of all people, but dude, that's wild. Seems like also something that you'd see in Family Guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's outrageous, but it's probably
Yeah,
true.
It's probably like the reality of
Yeah.
what's to come. It's pretty wild to think that like Neuralink is able to do what they are able to do. Like you just put a chip in your mind, and like think about it in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, like how advanced that's gonna be.
Throwing
Like,
a fat tune on.
I just imagine like the day that you can like just see projectors and then you can like just watch things, even like with your sunglasses. Like Mark Zuckerberg was talking about that. Like that's probably like 5 years out with like the Meta glasses that you
That's
can
gonna be
like
sick.
you can see projections that only you can see when you're wearing the glasses, and then you can just like leave it there. So like if I were to walk into my office right now, I would just see like a bunch of stuff on the wall.
Whoa, that's so
That's
sick,
not
actually.
That's not actually
It's
there,
like
but it'll just
spaceship.
stay there. It'll
That's
just stay
cool.
there.
It's basically like a less bulky version of like the Apple Vision can
Right.
somewhat do that, but like it's
Who's gonna walk around with that shit on their
Yeah,
face?
no.
You know.
That'd be pretty cool. You could like graffiti. Like if you had open world stuff, you could like graffiti for
That
people.
would be cool.
But speaking of the tune thing, in the show you could do that. Like you could turn up your happiness or like
wow.
turn up your
That could be useful.
like satisfaction or something like that or whatever. So
Like
like,
it's like a Stark. It's like a dirt bike.
I actually have
Crank it up.
seen. I've seen a dude wearing Apple Vision or maybe like MetaQuest, whatever, and he used it to spray paint this giant mural.
oh,
It
that's
was
cool.
like an experiment. He said it was hard, but it turned out insane. Like something you couldn't do.
Because it gave you like the guidelines. you're saying.
Yeah, something you couldn't do freehand, I guess.
It's like
the
Chat
stencil.
GPT in your head for Neuralink, probably.
Yeah.
I mean-
CJ's on the Chat GPT
Dude,
heavy.
Chat GPT is insane. I'm like pretty late to that ball game, but I would imagine any kid in school is using it. Let's say you take a picture of your math homework. You normally have to show your work. It'll show you the work. Like, you know, you could always cheat in math, but you know the calculator didn't really get you anywhere because you couldn't show your work. You just take a picture of that, it'll show you the work. But I mean, you can literally take a picture of your truck and then put some wheels in and say, "Show me what these wheels look like."
That's
on
how
my
you did
truck."
that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It
Shut
is-
up.
Yes, it is
I'm gonna try
amazing.
that.
I can take a picture of the front of the house, say, put landscaping in, and it will do different. I could change that, change this, and it will do it. Label this. Where can I get them? Like, it is unbelievable, and I'm just raving about it. It's crazy. But the thing is like everyone is way, 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 way smart. It's like the ultimate tool that I've ever seen, honestly. And I would imagine kids are using it, and you'd be stupid not to. Like, why wouldn't you use it? But it almost makes like you don't really need to know how to do much or like know that much anymore. You can literally, like, Googling is one thing because you got to research and click around and kind of find information. This compiles information and puts it into like a very direct, easy way to just get the gist of it. It's crazy.
It is crazy how something like that really does even the playing fields of like intelligence.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I'd imagine the smart people will be able to use it even more to their advantage.
even
than-
better.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean, like anything though, like information's kind of always been out there, but it's how can you have
Acquire it, I
access or
guess.
acquire that information? And it does seem like the more intelligent people have just access or acquired more information, and then they just continue to build
Right.
and get more intelligent.
And there's
But,
the
like-
intelligence side, and then there's also the business side. It's like, well, how does someone get so successful? Before all the AI, they'd be like, well, I hired, this guy to do this for me, and I hired this group of people to do this for me. It's the same thing. You're just really smart at how to hire people, or you're really smart at how to prompt AI to, help you make
Mhm.
money.
It is crazy to think that like how many jobs are going to get replaced by AI. I know that like everyone says that, but like when you think about it like that, like landscape designer like that,
Yeah.
like just did it
Yeah.
in 30 seconds.
Yeah, instead of having to use like CAD or whatever
Yeah.
the drawing software
I
is,
mean,
like if
it's
they can populate it in that.
Unbelievable. Even like for stock. So like, is Microsoft stock a buy today, right now? And it will compile everything, and then it'll say a few different things, and then it'll be like 17 analysts say buy, 5 say hold, and 2 say sell, and then it's like the stock projected price in 12 months will be this. So like it is crazy. It is crazy versus like someone who would have to research all that, or you obviously pay a financial advisor, but even a financial advisor, I don't know if they would be up to date on every single second at every single second of the day when you ask them this,
Mhm.
you know?
Right.
Like it is truly crazy, but
It's crazy how fast it went from just a little help to like unlimited help. Like I
Yeah.
think in Photoshop, like it used to take forever to cut someone out.
Oh, dude,
and
it's
you-
so
and
nice
then
now.
you get a little help on certain things, and then all of a sudden it would do it yourself. And now all of a sudden you can do it in Snapchat
I know.
on your phone. You can make stickers.
I mean-
change the background, create your whole photo. It does everything for you versus before.
I remember making a thumbnail even 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So much more work
Yeah.
than making a thumbnail now. I mean, just due to like the tracing and the cutting, and like you had to do almost everything yourself. Whereas now it's just so, I mean, the AI tool
Tell it
can,
what to
can
do,
do
yeah.
pretty much what you want. It's wild. So I mean, it's almost easier now to do a lot of things, but at the same time, everyone's got that same playing field. So that's kind of what I'm saying is like the smarter people will probably use the tool better than,
Right.
can still use other things besides that tool. But yeah, pretty cool. But
Using your own line with you, the cream rises to the top.
yep, the cream always rises to the top, boys, as Grandpa Ron would say.
Yep.
After he beats you in pool or cards or
Or just
golf.
eats it.
race, golf, whatever it be. But thank you guys for listening. I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
We post new podcasts every Tuesday, so hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
See ya.